Live. Let me check. Happy Friday, everyone. Let me just check. Not live yet. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome. This is actually part 2, day 2 of a 2-part training around understanding and knowing the 5 psychological buying triggers that you want to incorporate into your content and your offers to get asked for the sale. So if you didn't see part 1 yesterday, after this live, go and check that out so you see what the first 3 triggers are and get a little bit more in-depth understanding, and knowledge of what they are. And then you come watch this one, you'll get the other 2, which we're going to be talking about in depth today, as well as me showing you like an example that I literally just wrote out this morning to see how all of those pieces can kind of be woven into a piece of content or even an offer as you are creating it. Okay, so before I get started, if you are new to me, my name is Onyinye Nike. I am a confidence coach and business strategist, and I work with Christian female and mompreneur coaches, consultants, and experts, and I help them elevate their authority, clarify their message, and leverage their unique genius so that they can land premium clients, create income, impact, the whole shebang. Okay, so welcome again. If you're here watching live, say hello, and I will respond. So just as a recap of kind of what we talked about yesterday was, why do we want to even learn or know about the 5 psychological buying triggers? Because understanding this will help you really have a foundational, grounded knowledge of why you do what you do. As a why child, I'm always asking, why are we implementing this strategy? Why are we creating copy in this way? Why are we structuring our offers in this way? And so when you understand what makes people buy, especially when it comes to your audience, then you can start to speak their language. Then you can really connect with them in the various forms and the various ways, and you can market your offers and actually get sales. So that's important. Hi, someone said hello. So I'm not sure who it is, but I see you. I'm using a platform, so I may not be able to see your name. So let me just pop in here real quick and it'll help me see it. Ava, hi. Thank you for joining. So that's why we want to be we want to understand what those psychological buying triggers are so that we can kind of infuse them into our content and our copy. So as a recap of yesterday, what we talked about was the first 3 factors. So really quickly, we talked about factor 1, which is pain versus pleasure. And this is the universal understanding of human nature. We are always moving away from pain and towards pleasure. And so how to really incorporate that into your copy and your offer in a way that's a balance, right? We're not doing too much where we're always on pain points, because that's not good, or too much where we're always inspirational and it's always about desire either. We want to really be cognizant of how do we balance the 2 when we are putting together content and when we are creating our offers. How do we tell that and communicate that to our audience? So that's what we talked about first, and always leading people, from point A to point B. Then the second factor is storytelling. So we all know that, our emotions are actually what is part of our buying decision, is based on emotions first, and then the logical brain takes over. So how are you creating and telling stories to create that emotional trigger within your audience, right? Are you utilizing storytelling in your copy whenever you can, because it creates that emotional trigger, which actually hooks your audience in and has them more bought into whatever it is you're trying to tell them. So really, really think about that when you're creating copy. What does that look like for you? The next, factor 3, is simplifying your solution. It's the law of least effort, right? We like to take the path less traveled because we want to do, obviously the path that requires the least resistance, because our brain is constantly working, right? And it's constantly filtering through things. And so it doesn't want to assert too much energy. Meaning, if you are like talking about a long process to get from point A to point B, people will tune out because they're going to be overwhelmed and they're going to be like, I know. So what you want to do is you want to use words like step by step, fast, easy, framework. These are the things that help kind of calm down our brain and tell our brains like, you don't need to assert as much energy. Like you can get from point A to point B. That's why people are more attracted to, offers and things that go from point A to point B really quickly, right? Let's think about Amazon. What makes Amazon so great? You get to stay at home. You don't have to assert the energy of actually going out and buying something. You can be on your phone and quickly purchase anything you need or anything you want. And so it's the same concept when you think about your offers and when you think about the way you talk about what you do and the services you provide is how can you make it quicker, faster, better for people, and how can you simplify your process so people can digest it easier and recognize like it is the way to get there and doesn't require so much effort. So those were the 3 factors. Now, today we're going to be talking about the last 2, factor 4 and 5. So let's jump straight into it. And then I will share my screen and show you like a rough copy that I created that we can kind of dissect. Okay. And then any questions you have, obviously, because I really want to support you and make it very tangible for whatever it is you're doing in your business. So factor 4 is inspiring curiosity. So what does this mean? When there's a gap between what we know and what we want to know, it inspires action, and it's referred to as the information gap theory. So when someone in your audience, right, has a problem, you can use your content to educate them on your solution and how it will work for them, right? Like they have a problem, you can use your content, educate them on solution, let them know how it works for them. What this does is it leaves your audience wanting more, right? Because now you're using the driving force of human behavior in your marketing copy. It gives them like a taste of what it looks like and how they can actually achieve the desired result, or it leaves behind this existing pain by paying and lets them know like, oh, in order for me to get the full transformation that I'm looking for, obviously I have to invest in your services, right? I need to work with you. Like you know something and clearly you're an expert in it. Now I want that solution that you've been providing me and telling me about. So obviously inspiring curiosity with the way you talk about your solution, not hiding it, obviously being very transparent about it, but really creating kind of that desire, like, oh, I want to know more. Like, how can you get me there quickly? Or how can you do this? I want to be a part of that. I want to learn more. I want to have that result, that transformation. Okay. So that's the number 4. So if you're with me, let me know if that makes sense. All right, cool. Let me jump in here real quick. Raquel, hello. Thank you for joining. All right, so that's number 4. So we want to inspire curiosity in our content. And now number 5, the most powerful one, y'all. So like, let me take this back when I say how powerful this is, and I'll give you a story. So let me first tell it to you, and then I'll tell you a story. So number 5 is using social proof, right? We all know this. Everyone kind of like, this is a known thing. But there is a human, like behavioral, psychological theory behind this, right? It's very normal to think that you need to, you need better marketing to make consistent 5-figure months. And yet, while yes, you do need better marketing for some of you if you're really struggling. You can't write your way there, right? Like you just can't. It doesn't matter how much content you put out there if there's no structure, if you're not focused. There's a lot of different pieces to it. It's not just writing your way there. There's a lot of elemental, implement like strategies behind it. However, the most powerful marketing that you can do comes from wow experiences, wow testimonials from your clients. And that could only happen, obviously, when you are focused on what happens after the sale. Because sometimes I see people get so boggled into their marketing that they're so excited about that. That's the place they put their energy, their time, their finances and efforts into. And then they have clients and it's like, blah, right? It's just a letdown. And so they're not getting testimonials or they're not getting referrals, right? You want to show your prospects how much others are benefiting from your program. Consistently. So not once in a while, consistently. So they know that what you do actually works. It's one thing to get a result for yourself, which is great, which is awesome, which you can share, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have testimonials. But once you have testimonials, milk them, use them, share them as consistently and as often as possible. Because making your clients the hero of your journey, right? When you, when you share like you make them the hero of their own journey because it is their journey. But when you sell and share their stories, it increases their significance, obviously, because now they feel good about it. But it makes your prospects feel like, oh, you can help me. It gives them a deeper insight into the way you work. It gives them a deeper insight into your process. It gives them a deeper insight into like, and that feeling of like, oh, they can help someone else, and and they can help me too with what I'm going through, or help me get the transformation I'm looking for, right? So you really want to focus on your clients and getting great testimonials, because obviously when you do that and your clients are getting great results, it increases your customer retention, which obviously increases your profit, but it makes it easier for that gateway, that barrier is almost kind of removed. And what I mean is this. So I follow a coach, and this coach is pretty big, pretty known. And this coach doesn't post any real content. Like, to be honest with you, I read it, I'm like, it's really blah content. But they spend a majority of their time posting client results. And that is literally, I think, their biggest marketing tool. That is it. They don't they don't go deep. They don't do any of these other stuff that I've kind of shared with you, because they've already grown so big that literally almost every post that comes out of them, whether it's the email list or their social media post, is just client testimonials. That's it. All the testimonials of all the wins their clients are getting. And just that alone is what's keeping a big chunk of their business going, is because our natural human tendency, right? It's kind of, I call it like like a little bit of like the herd mentality, right? It's kind of like, oh, they're getting them good results. Okay, I'm going to jump on this, right? I can do it too. And that actually kind of overcomes the objections that a lot of your clients have. The more testimonials you have, believe it or not, the more likely your people are to actually jump in, even if they may have some hesitation. And so that's why it's important for you to actually share the journey of what your clients are going through. You don't have to wait till the end of your coaching time with them. If they're having wins here, breakthroughs here and there, share that. Like, hey, this happened. Have snapshots of them sending you texts or messages that's like, oh, this happened and this happened. And just, have little blurbs and a little bit of a story behind it. And that is already enough content, literally, to keep you going for quite some time. And again, it helps that like fear flight that we all have kind of calm down, right? So people will look at it and be like, okay, you're getting people results. I understand how you kind of work from this person's story. Oh, I can relate to that person's like story and journey, because that's me. All of that can be covered just by, if you wanted to, sharing client testimonials. So social proof is incredibly important and is incredibly powerful. And I say that because I actually did an experiment where I created a sales page. I put like one testimonial, nothing crazy. Wah wah, fail. I then went back and put all the testimonials, share their stories, etc., etc. Within an hour of that happening, literally 7 book calls. Kid you not. It's the same sales page. Literally, the only thing changed is I went from one testimonial to put about like 5 or 6 testimonials out there. That is all it takes, because that's part of just our human innate nature. Is I want to see if you can help someone else, and I want to see proof that you can help someone else. And it helps, again, calm down that fear flight mechanism in our brain. It helps us feel more at ease and trusting of the person that they are actually an expert that they say they are. And so that is something to consider. Again, if you're just starting out and you don't have that many, not a problem. Your testimonial is the best testimonial. You want to share that. Even if you have one client, maybe share their journey a little bit as they're getting the small wins working with you, because all of those things are powerful, right? Yes, I saw that. You said, what if you don't have any clients yet? That's okay. If you don't have any clients yet, share your testimony, share your own case studies, your own journey. If you have unpaid clients, so maybe they're not paying you yet, right? Share those ones as well. Ask them, get permission from them to share their story, or just again, screenshots of what's going on. If they're sharing messages and text, you can blur out their names and stuff, obviously for confidentiality and privacy reasons, but share. It is so powerful. I kid you not. Like, y'all, I will never lie to you. I will always be super transparent. I have tested this. I've seen this. That alone can take you far. That can take you to 5 figures of just sharing your testimonials with your audience, because that, again, creates that confidence and trust in you, because you're helping others get that result. Okay. So that is number That was number 5. I just had to double check again because I went through it really quick. Yeah, so that's number 5. So y'all, it's possible. So let me again recap real quick, and then I'm going to share my screen and show you one that I created just really quickly. And so I'll break it down how you can create that in a post for yourself or even in your offer. If you, by the way, you want to see it done on a sales page, go to my sales page. I'm going to drop my mastermind down in the comment section afterwards. So if that is something you're interested in, my mastermind is open. The Mompreneur Mastermind is open. We start in January, just enough time for people to enjoy their holiday breaks and get back into it, ready to go and to kill it in the 2020 year. Okay, so I'll drop that down so you can take a look at my sales page because I actually incorporate that into it. But the factors again are pain versus pleasure, understanding what is the buyer psychology of your ideal clients. Are they moving towards pain or towards pleasure and away from pain? We all are to some extent, but you want to really have a clear understanding of what really makes your audience tick. So incorporating always aspects of both into your copy, not taking one more than the other. There's a balance. Second is storytelling. You must incorporate storytelling because our buying decisions are based on emotion. And if you don't have the emotional connection with your audience, they will tune out. So we want to incorporate storytelling and create those emotional triggers inside to help them take that next step. Then we want to simplify our solution, meaning we do not want to make something more complicated than it is. The more complex it is, the more likely people will just step away from it. We want to simplify everything that we do. That means our offers and the way we talk about our offers. Number 4, we want to inspire curiosity, create that gap, share that we know we have the solution can help them. And if they want, to actually create that transformation, obviously working with us is the next step. And then social proof. Share it. Case studies, testimonials, you do it. Share with them how you're able to help others get the same results. Okay? So if you have any questions, please drop them down. I'm able to see you guys. Hey, Raquel again. Hi, Eva. I'm going to share my screen. Let me just make sure this is on real quick. So we can walk through like an example I wrote. Cover picture. Let me see if I can share my screen. I didn't even know if I could. Maybe I can't. And full screen. Let me see. Half screen. Y'all. Oh, can I share my screen? Okay, cool. All right, yeah, I can share it. Yay. All right, cool. All right, so I hope you can see this. Let me go just double check so I can make sure you can actually see it. Awesome. All right. So here's the context behind this. I created this post. It's not business related. So this is mainly like, let's say you're a career coach and you are writing to, bless you, baby. And you're writing to your ideal clients, which are professional women who are kind of stuck in a 9-to-5 that they hate, and want to make a career change, but they just don't know how, or they're afraid, whatever it may be. We all have been there at some point in our lives. So what I want to do is I'm going to try to make this bigger. Can I make this bigger? It won't let me make it bigger. Let me see if I can make my screen a little bigger for y'all. Come on, make it bigger. Do. All right, I think that's as big as it's gonna get. I hope y'all can see it, because Google Docs is like, nah, we ain't making that happen. So let me make the words bigger. So maybe that'll make it look a little more. Okay, there we go. Yep, I made the words bigger. All right, awesome. Okay, so this is how it would start. No. I mean, that could be a little bit more, obviously, eye-catching, scroll-stopping. There's a whole title you can add there. But the no is like, what? No what? No what, right? It creates a little bit of curiosity. What are you talking about? So I wrote, it's Monday and the alarm goes off, and you just want to roll back over and pretend it's Sunday again. Another day in the soul-sucking, draining job you can't stand, toxic work environment. Sorry, grammar, y'all. A job where you're overlooked and underpaid. You feel frustrated and honestly unmotivated to try and a bit defeated even. You know you should get a new job, but you have no idea how to even make that transition, right? So that already kind of gets people, if you are someone who's experiencing this is going to capture your attention, right? Because I'm not just saying, oh, do you hate your job? Like, yeah, you can start off that way too. But I'm actually kind of going a little deeper And this is, I can go deeper in storytelling, but this is almost kind of like that because I'm painting a picture of what it feels like. It's a Monday, right? They're tired. They're like, I don't even want to do this again. I'm over it. They're thinking about all the different things they're going to have to look forward to when they get into the work, the office. And so this is just kind of a way to capture them and a way to grab that like attention and to say, hey, listen, are you experiencing this? Right? Because if you are someone who's going through this, you're like, oh my gosh, yes, this is me. Tell me more. What's going on? Right? And so I talk to them. I say, look, sister, I feel you, and it doesn't have to be this way. So I'm giving them reassurance, which is important that throughout your copy, especially if you're going to hit the pain, as they call it, you do want to reassure them. You want to talk again to the aspiration identity, meaning who they see themselves as and who they want to become. So I'm telling them it doesn't have to be this way. This is what's possible for you. So this is me creating that gap by saying, here is where you are. And now I'm about to talk about where they want to be. Now, again, I can go deeper, but just for the sake of, I'm going to share with you what I wrote. So now imagine waking up excited to start today, knowing you're doing work that lights you up inside and utilizes your true strengths, experiences, and genius. Feeling on purpose, feeling seen as the leader you are and being promoted to even higher positions to achieve your professional goals, being paid six figures and beyond for your work so you can feel secure in your finances, being recognized by colleagues and supervisors for your content. So I've created that. Now they're like, ooh, yeah, that's where I want to be. Right? I've created that gap like we talked about. I've also kind of painted the point A, which is where they are now, the current situation that isn't exactly desirable, and paint point B, which is where they want to be. So now they're like, ooh, okay, I'm bought in. Now tell me more. What's going on? That's how you kind of want to start that. So I go, you see, that's what I wanted too. So I'm kind of relating back to them again. I'm not trying to push them. I'm trying to say, hey, I was there too, but I didn't know how to achieve it until I made some internal shifts, reclaimed my self-worth, and regained my confidence and made the career move that changed everything for me. Now I'm in a job I love, making great money, and the same can be possible for you too. So I'm relating to them. That's why I'm utilizing that part, is just to say, hey, I get it. I've been there. I know what you're going through. I was there too, and now I'm in somewhere else better that you want to be in. So I want to help you understand how to get there. And I go, because here's what I know. And now this is me sharing my solution, my expertise, my knowledge with them. So you want to, again, create that. If you're spending hours giving to a company, first one in, last one out, working overtime, including nights and weekends, and still being passed over for a promotion or not recognized for the work you do, stuck in a toxic environment, then something has got to change. So I'm acknowledging what's going on again. I'm reiterating, I know what's going on. And that starts with a decision that you want more for yourself and your family. You are ready to step out, make that career move, and finally have the career of your dreams, okay? Again, pretty rough draft, y'all, but you get the point, right? Now I'm about to go into the solution and help them understand how this is what the steps they need to take. And I'm incorporating my reset framework, which is, again, a made up framework, y'all, to help them understand what is possible and like how we can break, again, simple steps that they can take to make it happen. Now, it may seem daunting, but with my simple 5-step reset framework, you can make it happen. So we focus on first reviewing what you want in your career so that you no longer settle for less than you want ever again. Instead, stand grounded in your self-worth. So this is the first step. Now, what I want you to just take from this, I'm not going to go through all of them, is we say what that first step is, but you have to also create the benefit, right? I think you all know this, but when you talk about your offers or each step, why is each step there? Like, what is the purpose of it? So I said we focus first on reviewing what you want in your career. That is the first step. Now, why do we want to do that? So that you no longer settle for less than you want ever again, and you stand grounded in your self-worth. So that is why we're reviewing what they want in their career, or who they are, etc. Right? So do you see, like, that's why we're starting that place first, and that's the benefit of it. I talk a little bit more about, so these are all the different benefits. I can put that in the comment section so you can read all of it. But then the last one I say is, lastly, we do inner work around any challenges or blocks you feel you have, so that you can feel confident and empowered in your search, interviews, and in a new role to fully show up as the badass professional you are. Again, just another piece of it. But what I want you to take from this is, remember, we're simplifying the solution. Obviously, there's many pieces to doing a career change, right? Like from both the internal work you have to do as well as the external work, interviewing, resumes, cover letters, right? It's a whole process. But if you lay it out like that, it becomes overwhelming. So you do want to simplify your solution, like we talked about. So it puts your audience's mind at ease and knows that, yes, she has a plan. Yes, it can get me there. It's not going to be this long journey or this road, whatever it may be. And it doesn't require me expanding too much energy, right? There's going to be energy, but not too much. So once I've got that done, then I wrap it up with the end result is a new career that values you and what you bring to the table and pays you well, plus excitement, joy, and a greater sense of purpose. Again, just reiterating what they can expect. Then I'm saying this framework not only worked for me, but for my clients as well. So what does that mean? Why are we saying this? So remember I told you social proof is key. You could end it here and just go into like, if you want this result, call me or, book a call, tag, drop an emoji below, DM me. We could stop there. That's possible. But this is a reinforcement to say, yes, I got a result. You can get a result too. But guess what? I have helped other people get results. So now we add into it just as a last minute framework to say, yes, it's worked for me, but my clients as well. So I give some examples. So Jasmine, a working mom, went from underpaid and on the verge of quitting to finding a new job within months that pays her triple her past salary and offers 6 months maternity leave. Okay. Lana went from overlooked despite being the best in her company to landing a 6-figure position that has already promoted her within months. Jane went from a toxic environment at her job to being nominated 2 times for Employee of the Year with amazing colleagues and only a 4-day work week. So I'm giving a diversity of experiences as well. I'm giving a diversity of wins as well, so that it's touching on all those different aspects of what I help that I, as a career coach, help my clients with, right? So they're able to also picture themselves, maybe one of these ladies situations they're more attracted to because they're like, oh my gosh, that's me. She was able to have that. I can too. So it, again, calms them down. It builds more trust in you and in what you're able to do. And it allows them to go like, okay, I think I can make this call. I'm ready to, take that next step. So this is all the various pieces of strategic in the way you put this together. So I end it with, it's possible for you too. Again, a reinforcement, a reminder. So I say, here's my call to action. If you're ready to make that leap and you want support to make it happen, book a call today. Done. Right? So there's many aspects to it, but in this, we cover the 5. We cover pain versus pleasure. We are very cautious of making sure we are separating. This is where you're at, your current reality, that isn't what you want. And here's the transformation, the end result that you're wanting, right? So that's the first step. We rate on the pain versus pleasure. The second one, storytelling. We did it in the aspect of storytelling. Now, I didn't go as deep as I could have because, like I said, I wrote this a couple hours ago, really quickly. But we can go even deeper, right? But it is storytelling because we're not just blatantly going, do you hate your job? Do you want a new job? Blah. Duh. No, we're saying, hey, how does it feel waking up Monday morning? You want to roll over. You're done. You don't want to do this anymore. You're feeling this way. You're thinking these things. That's how you, again, start to invoke that emotional, response from your audience to feel a buy-in and that you understand. So that's number 2, bless you, which is storytelling. Then number 3 is, again, simplifying our process, which we did, right? We said, hey, this is our process. It's super simple. It's 5 steps. It's called reset. Here are the 5 things that you have to go through. We make it super straightforward and the benefit of each step so they get it. Then number 4, which is us looking at, what are the pieces? Yeah. Okay, so number 4, which is the gap, right? We create a curiosity gap actually with our offer by saying like, hey, this is the solution. Like, these are the different steps you need to take anyways. Now they're like, ooh, okay, I'm interested. I want to learn more. Like, is this possible for me? How can I do this? And then number 5, which is social proof, we provided it by giving exactly little mini stories, right? Short testimonials or even promotionals about each person who's been a client and what their wins were, okay? So this is how you incorporate that into one copy, one content post, as you call it. You do not always have to infuse all 5 into each post. However, it can be very powerful and it can, move the needle forward in your, when you do that. You don't have to, obviously that can be a little overwhelming. It can get a little lengthy too. But you do want to, again, try to incorporate at least 2 to 3 elements in each post as you are creating it. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. Hi, Victoria. Thanks for tuning in. Awesome. So I hope this was helpful. Like I said, I can drop this Google sheet down below if you want to like look at it. Like I said, It's rough. It's really rough because I haven't gone through it. I haven't done all the editing pieces of it. But overall, I just want you to get the overall structure of it and how you can incorporate it into your own content. So when you're creating your stuff, you can go back and say, okay, did I implement this? Did I incorporate this trigger? How did I do that? How deeply did I go with that? What's the response I want from my audience when they read my content or when they look at my offer and they see my offer? Okay. So if you're still with me, let me know. And yeah, what questions do you have, if any? What questions do you have? Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Okay, someone said they're working on their sales page, so it's been really helpful. That's good. Okay, cool. Eva says she's working on her sales page, so that's awesome. I'm glad you found that useful. So yes, again, this is the same thing you incorporate. I will, like I said, drop my where is it? My own sales page for the mastermind down as well. And what I share with you, the little ones here with me, is literally this is what I share with my clients, right? This is what I help them really understand, because it's not just about creating content and, crossing your fingers and hoping it works. It really is about having a deep understanding of your ideal clients, and then creating content and offers around that. And there is a structure to content creation. It's not just tips and tricks. It's not just whatever you close your eyes and whatever you want to appear kind of thing, right? There's an easy and simple way to create content that actually moves the needle forward for your business. And can really create a lot of conversions, right? Sales calls booked, conversions, people reaching out to you in the DMs, wanting to know how to work with you deeper. And so if this is something that you're craving, if you want to learn how to create content, you want to clarify your message, you want to land more premium clients in a simple and easy way. Sorry, I'm just looking at that. In an easy and simple way, then the Mompreneur Mastermind may be something you want to consider. It is 3 months. It is a mastermind. It is 10 spots only. I keep it really small, pretty intimate. It's a group coaching kind of thing, but there's also one-on-one aspects. You get monthly accountability one-on-one calls with me. We go into everything. I mean, I could go on forever, but I'm going to drop the link to it so you can go check it out. Check out the testimonials, see the wins that my clients get as well working with me. And so if you are, whether you're in 1K months, 5K months, if you desire 5-figure months in your business, that is what this mastermind is designed to help you do. It's designed to give you confidence, clarity, and to be able to reach your revenue goals as quickly as possible, spending less time in social media, which is key because, as you heard, my son is here. I work probably 2 to 3 hours a day, if not less than that. I've actually cut that down. And so I share with you how to do that, how to create a sustainable, thriving business that you love without feeling stuck in it or sacrificing anything. And I do that with your unique genius. What does that mean exactly? And so that means your strengths. I am a big believer in there is no one size fits all strategy. I also don't believe in putting people in a box because we all have different strengths and different experiences. And so the strategies that I teach you are all good, all powerful, but then we really hone in on what is your area of genius and expertise, and how do we incorporate that and leverage that in whatever strategy you end up wanting to use to grow your business, generate leads, land clients. I think that's what makes this there's many things, but this is one of the things that makes this mastermind unique, is that we don't box you in. I don't believe in that. Because each of my clients, they're unique, they're different, they have different needs, different lifestyles, different wants, different business models. The only thing that's consistent across the board is they all want to have 5-figure months and they want to sign high ticket clients. So you got to want to do that too. If you don't want to sign high ticket clients, this is not the mastermind for you. But if you want to start charging more, 2K and above, and sign high ticket clients, then this is the mastermind to consider. Okay. So I dropped the link below and I will see you all next week. I'm going to be putting together a couple other mini trainings for you. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know and I will tag you when those come out. Okay. All right, ladies, until next week, have a wonderful and a blessed weekend. Have a great, wonderful Friday and then a wonderful weekend. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Take care.